Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League. Fun fact, the character Ryan Choi appeared in this movie, and for comic book readers, this name may sound familiar considering this person later becomes the Atom. This movie came out in 2021 and stars Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, and Henry Cavill, and was directed by Zack Snyder. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Zack Snyder's Justice League tells the story of how six superheroes come together to stop the evil Steppenwolf from destroying the world. Each of the superheroes have a different set of skills that will help them ensure that Steppenwolf is stopped. This is an all-star cast in this movie. You have Ben Affleck, who was in Gone Girl, Gal Gadot, who was in Fast and Furious, Henry Cavill was in The Witcher, Jason Momoa was in Game of Thrones, Ezra Miller was in The Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Them, Ray Fisher was in True Detective, Jeremy Irons was in Watchmen, and Ciarán Hinds was in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, just to name a few members of the cast. And the director, Zack Snyder, directed another film called Sucker Punch. I'm still not a fan of Ben Affleck as Batman. Honestly, there were times throughout the film where he would put on like his Batman voice, and I honestly thought I was gonna laugh. I like this idea of like an older Batman who has already been through years of being Batman and is trying to retire but really can't. But I just don't really like Ben Affleck in that role. Also, throughout the film, I just felt that Batman wasn't the person that you really wanted on your team when fighting aliens. Like, he had cool gadgets, but it was like once that gadget got destroyed, he was pretty much screwed. Wonder Woman has some of the best entrances in this movie. Her landings are iconic, and you know when you see these iconic landings that she is about to kick some butt. She was definitely my favorite character in this film. I will say that the music in this film, when she did one of her landings that really, or like a scene that focused on her, became a little bit annoying by the end. Like it was a very long movie, but like every time we saw Wonder Woman or she was about to fight, there was this like theme song playing. And it was like by the end of the movie, we were like, okay, we get it. Like she's about to kick some butt. We got it. We don't need the song again. In the film, they kept bringing up how Bruce brought the team together, but I also think that Wonder Woman should have gotten some recognition for this because she was definitely a part of bringing this team together just as much as Batman was. I really like Henry Cavill as Superman. Like, come on, he looks invincible. I really like how he shows how Superman is not only the strongest person on Earth, but also shows how humble he is. Ezra Miller is funny as the Flash, and he has this quick witted humor that kind of matches his powers. I thought it was interesting to see in this film how he was learning a little bit more about his own powers, but I also thought it was funny how he was kind of a smartass. Jason Momoa is just great as Aquaman. I love how he really embraced Aquaman's free spirit in this movie and also his reluctance to join the Atlantean community after the way that they treated his mother. I thought that Amy Adams did a great job with the role that she was given, but I felt like an actress with her range was so underutilized in this film. Like, I completely understand the need to grieve, but I felt that she could have been used more and could have had a bigger role in this film. I was wondering why we got the Martian Manhunter reveal in this movie, only for him to not help at all. Like, if you know Martian Manhunter, you know that his powers would have came into use during the last big battle, but we see him in like the middle of the film, and then we don't see him again until the end of the film, and that's it. And I just felt like it was a waste of time, like introducing this character if you weren't even going to use him for anything beneficial. Also, why was he imitating Martha Kent? Like, that made no sense to me, and they never explained it. They just kind of moved on to the next scene. It would have been nice to see some explanation on what the purpose was behind that. From other DC comic book movies and TV shows that I've seen Cyborg in, he's never really been a favorite character of mine, but I really did like Ray Fisher as Cyborg in this movie. I thought he did a great job fleshing out this character's backstory, as well as showing the pain that he felt from being in the predicament that he was in, losing his mom, eventually losing his dad, but also being in that car accident and basically losing his body and being turned into a cyborg. I felt that the team that they chose for this movie was very male heavy, and I would have loved to see another woman on the team because I think that DC has a lot of other female heroes that they could have added onto the team, but I definitely thought that that would have been cool to see another like female representation on the team. I really like the design of Steppenwolf. I liked how his suit looked like it was always moving, and it really made the suit look like it was actual alien technology. I was happy how we got to see how Darkseid was the one who was orchestrating these whole plans and that Steppenwolf was just working for him. I love how Darkseid basically in this movie is like I am going to send one of my generals to go and destroy Earth because I have better things to do. I thought the Lex Luthor scene was kind of useless in this film. Like, this film has two big villains in the DC universe, Steppenwolf, and you see Darkseid. And I think that there was no need to also add in Lex Luthor and Deathstroke. Like, there was just too many villains, and their part didn't really go with the movie. I think they were trying to set up future movies, but it's too many villains to add in a film like this. I think that it could have worked if they were incorporated into the story a little bit better, but the way it was presented, it was like they were just like some little side project. Also, the end when they go to the future and the world is like destroyed, I was like confused because like, is this a dream? Is this reality? Like, is this real? I think they didn't do a good job of explaining that, and it just left more questions. Also, that scene made me realize that I don't really like Jared Leto playing the Joker. Like his Joker laugh, it sounded like a dying sea lion, and I just felt like that just wasn't a good choice. I, however, do think that the makeup was good for the Joker. I love the dark tone in Zack Snyder's films. He takes these scenes that look like a regular scene, but then adds like this dark tint onto them, and it makes the scenes look mysterious and gritty. I like how Zack Snyder also makes this superhero movie a little bit more realistic. He shows in this film that there's going to be casualties in battles like this, and people definitely will get hurt or killed. He also shows that sometimes the villain needs to be silenced permanently. I love how he made sure that we knew that Steppenwolf was destroyed. It was a more graphic take, but there was no other way really to destroy him. It also gave Wonder Woman a chance to avenge her fallen sisters. My favorite scene in this movie is the scene in which we see Wonder Woman saving people from a bomb that is about to go off. We see her not only race in there, then she takes the bomb and throws it high enough so that the explosion doesn't affect the people in the room. And so, since that bomb has been destroyed, the person who is initiating this bomb decides he's going to try to shoot everyone. But we see Wonder Woman come in and reflect every single bullet, which I thought was just really cool to see. And then she does her little gauntlet thing or whatever, and then, like, he's gone. But I just thought that that scene was really cool, and I think that that just proves how badass Wonder Woman is, and just Gal Gadot is just like perfect in that scene, and just like the scene of like her busting in the door, it's like it goes like in fast, but then like slows down a little bit, and I just thought that that scene was shot very beautifully. My big thing with the ending of this movie was where do we go from here? There were a lot of parts that were left open, and I'm really interested to see if DC will continue with the Snyderverse or what's going to happen because it did leave a lot of cliffhangers. Zack Snyder's Justice League is a decent addition to the DC family of movies. The movie is about 4 hours long, but it was a lot of action to really keep you going through the movie to the point where you weren't checking frequently to see how much longer you had in the movie. I think the movie has its flaws, but it's definitely a movie I think you should check out. Thank you for watching. I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have not subscribed, please do so you can keep up to date with more of my videos. But besides that, everyone stay safe, have fun, and goodbye.